Hi, hello. So, yeah, Lion King turns 30 this year. Yay. Oh, God, I feel so old. This movie came out 30 years ago. So, yeah, I'm going to be ranking the Lion King movies from worst to best. I was going to plan on doing the Lion King the Lion King remake added to the list, but I'm just going to stick with the Disney Renaissance ones for obvious reasons. But if it was here, it would be dead last. I didn't like what they did with Be Prepared. I didn't like the animals look realistic, but it doesn't work in real life. Live action. None of the animals are expressive enough, like in the live action one. Alright, so last should be Lion King 1.5. It's a good movie. I like it. The movie's from Timon and Pumbaa's point of view, as we get to see how they met each other and what led to them meeting Simba as a cub and saving him as a kid. I do like the little story they did get. And I like the ending where Timon and his meerkat family decides to live in the oasis. Where, Simba lived with all the insects and plants, the water, all of that. It's an interesting movie. The movie's basically Timon and Pumbaa in the movie theater watching the movie, so it's pretty much the same movie as Lion King 1, but they do add some new stuff, and yeah, it's they're watching the movie, they're giving commentary about the movie, which does make sense because in the Timon and Pumbaa TV show, we know that Timon and Pumbaa are basically actors in the Disney world. So this means every Disney cartoon character is actors. And we see in Chip and Dale, we see the Disney characters like Phineas's mom interacting with humans and other stuff. So it seems like Disney's trying to be like, I think Disney was first before Cartoon Network did the whole Cartoon Network City thing, which I honestly would love to see more Cartoon Network City-like shows, maybe Nickelodeon City, where the Nickelodeon cartoon characters and humans interact with one another, and it's basically revealed how the Nickelodeon characters. I think there's something with that, similar-ish. I don't know. Alrighty, so Lion King 1.5 is, a weird movie, but I like it, it's cool. And Lion King 1 is second place. It came out the year I was born, and the movie is amazing. It still lives up to this day to be amazing. All the characters are great. I like Timon and Pumbaa. I like Simba's arc. Nala's cool. Mufasa is awesome. Rafiki's cool. Who else is in it? Scar has an amazing song in the movie too, which is great. Let's see. I forgot to talk about the songs. I think the only song I remember from Lion King 1.5 is Quick Before the Hyenas Come. No, Dig a Tunnel. Yeah, Dig a Tunnel is the name of the song. Of course, I remember that song. It played and kind of catchy. I remember the I Can't Wait to Be King, Be Prepared, Can You Feel the Love Tonight, Circle of Life. I remember a lot of the songs from this movie as, again, they're catchy and they're awesome. And I will say Can You Feel the Love Tonight's much better in the original than the remake because, like, why do they think having Beyonce, or was it Beyonce or was it Rihanna? It was one of those two who voiced Nala, and the problem with the song is it's supposed to be a love song. You can't hear Simba singing at all as Nala is still hogging the spotlight, which makes sense. Let's see what else song. I guess the Hula song is I guess it's a song, even though it's like 40 seconds long, where Timon and Pumbaa are distracted the hyenas. Oh, we actually get to see what happens when the hyenas when they chase them. Like, it cuts to like Timon and Pumbaa's point of view, and Lion King 1.5. We actually get to see what, like, it pretty much cuts out most of the like, it cuts out pretty much almost everything of Simba. Simba's story is more Timon and Pumbaa's, which I do like. We get to see their point of view, and they actually made it fun and cool. The first movie is great. The main villain, I guess, in the first Lion King 1.5 would be the hyenas, Sanji, Bonsai, and Ed. I'm so mad they got rid of Ed in the remake. Like, why not? I mean, yes. Well, yeah. Everything a human can get, an animal can get too. Animal can get cancer, AIDS, and other stuff. So yeah, it's possible for an animal to have a mental disability in the wild. Then again, in the wild, most likely that animal would not survive as the other animals would isolate it, and well, yeah. Yeah, but so it kind of makes sense in live action. And I prefer the hyenas from the original with the Spanish accents much better than the ones in the remake. I'm sorry. I grew up with them. I like them. They're cool. Yeah. And finally, my number one favorite Lion King movie would be Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. It's a great sequel. All the characters are in characters. It improves upon every character, too. The story's pretty much... Scar's no longer alive, but there was someone who's loyal to Scar, Zira. I don't know if Zira is Scar's mate or just a loyal fan. Well, she does have kids with him, so I guess she was one of the ones that Scar was with. There was also a deleted scene in Lion King where Scar tried to get with Nala, which is... creepy, not gonna lie. Like, he knew her when she was a child, saw her grow up, and then, yeah. So Simba's Pride, it's one of the few Disney straight to DVD sequels that's great. I still haven't seen all the straight to DVD sequel Disney movies, but I'm working on it. So our main character is this little one, Kiara. Oh, and Kovu. So the story is basically Romeo and Juliet. The first movie is Hamlet. Lion King 1.5 is behind the scenes of Hamlet? Oh, I don't know. So this is a Romeo and Juliet story that's done really well. Kiara falls in love with Kovu, and Kovu falls in love with Kiara, and they decide to, unite each other. Okay, as for the songs, I like the villain song, That's My Lullaby by Zira. Let's see, what are the songs? We Are One, remember that song? Shit, I think that's the only two songs I remember from the movie. Yeah, I can't remember more. Like, again, Can You Feel the Love Tonight was much better than the love song we got in this one, in the second movie, but the villain is cool. And, yeah, there were some deleted scenes from the second movie where, well, the only two deleted scenes were, well, when Nuka dies, he says, I'm sorry, mother, I tried. At least I got your attention. Then we have the second one where it shows Zira saying no, never after Kiara asks, like, yeah, let me save you, Zira. She deliberately let go and fell to her death in the water. I think that's the only two deleted scenes. Simba does try to become like, Mufasa and becomes a bit overprotective of Kiara. Sends Timon and Pumbaa to follow her, and yeah. What else is there in the movie that I like? The animation is good and great. What else? I like the villains. Nuka is cool. Batani is great. They do show up again in The Lion King, The Lion Guard. We do get to see what led them to be where they were. Alright, The Lion Guard. It takes place after the first one, but before the second one. So the baby we the first Lion King movie was supposed to be the main character of The Lion Guard. And then Kiara was on later. And the reason why he wasn't in the movie is he was going off an adventure somewhere. There was a lot of theories that Zira took the life of Simba's child at the end of the first movie as to, like, why wasn't this child in the second movie? They clearly saw the difference between, like, that's not the same child. In the first or second one, was it an animation error? Was it did Zira slaughter the child and that's why Zira was banished? The Lion Guard does go more into detail of how she was banished and blah blah blah. Zira created a cult and a bunch of followers who are loyal to Scar. They do eventually leave Zira for Simba because Batani says that she was done fighting, she's done with the hate war. Zira threatens to take her life, and that's what led her rest of her cult to abandon her. So, honestly, the second one is great. I like the villain. Although I kind of wish the villain had more to do in the Lion King video game, but no. So that's cool. That's amazing. So yeah, that's my ranking of the Lion King movies. Happy 30th, Lion King.